Hi, this video is for DM Electrical and Construction. Spoke with Margot, who was kind enough to allow me to send this video to kind of look at, what I do and how I help some contractors across the state of Texas really increase their traffic to their website. So I just wanted to share this with you, and you can let me know, what you thought about the video. So I brought up your website here, and there's three things that I want to go over. Number one is content. Number two is citations. And number three is backlinks. And the reason why I go over this is because this is what the search engines, specifically Google, when we're looking at searches, what they look at in terms of trying to rank your site and trying to get customers to find you online. And so again, with your website up here, I just want to make a few critiques. So number one is you want to go ahead and make this number clickable, because a lot of times, especially when people are on their mobile phones, they want to be able to just kind of click. We're all kind of getting lazy nowadays to dial. So if you have a click to call button versus having someone keep looking at what number, trying to remember this, that would be great. The other thing too is having a contact form. So a contact form usually would, if you've ever done one before, you put your name, address, phone number, and what it is, what type of, maybe you want an estimate on something, describe that and then press submit. So you definitely want at least those two things on this front page. And then the other thing too is just to let you know, so your landing page or your home page, this is kind of like the meat of your website. This is what the search engines look at to determine, how authoritative are you? What is your website all about? Is this going to be something that customers are potentially looking for? And so this homepage is very important. This is where you need to put a lot of your keywords, your key phrases, really, really beef it up. And so normally I would recommend at a minimum of 1,500 words on this front page that really speak about, what you do. And again, we're trying to put those keywords and phrases so that when people start looking for the services you provide, Google will say, hey, you know what, you're looking for this, this is where to find it. And so it'll direct people to your page. And so what I would do is I'll take a look at your services, and you see how you have these electrical services include construction, renovation, and maintenance. Well, I would talk something about that over here on the front page. I would talk about construction and put in maybe 500 words on that. Another 500 words on, the other ones that we had mentioned. So make sure you put about renovation and maintenance as well. The other thing too with content, other than the words and the keywords and phrases, is how these photos are saved. So let's say I went here and I tried to save this image. You see how it says why DME? I would change that more to, maybe one of your services, electrical, construction electrician, or, just something that you do, and then even followed by a city. Maybe you want to put Garland, Texas after that. Okay, so you want to do that for all your photos, and again, really work on this front page. Okay, the second thing that I wanted to go over is citations, and that has a lot to do with the map section, which is right over here. So for most services, when you do a Google search, it'll give you a map section. Some services or some industries, there is no maps, but in this case for electrician, and I put electrician Garland, Texas. So this one does have a map. So normally you would see ads on the top. That's the first thing that Google shows. Why do they show that? Well, because Google, they've paid Google for it. So you'll see ads up here, but citations come into place right over here. So you don't necessarily have to pay for citations like you do for ads, but what you do need is to get a Google My Business account. Because using that Google My Business account, you're going to add your business name, the address, which you can just limit it to just city and state, and then the phone number. And you're going to list these three things on website directories. And so when I say website directories, I'm talking about things like Yelp.com, yellowpages.com, localviz.com. So those are just some examples. Here's Yelp right here. And the more citations you have, or the more online directories you're on, that'll give you an edge. Google will eventually pick that up and then put you on this map section right here. There's usually only 3. If there's more than 3, then the 4th or 5th one would are usually ads, and you'll see it by the word ad, like these up here. So what I do to help my clients is I look at these top 3 that are on the map section already and look at how many citations they have. So if Puckett has, let's say, 25 citations, I have a tool where I can go in and see, you know, their online directories. What websites are they listed on, where they put their name, address, and phone number. And I would try to get the same for my clients, and I would try to get maybe even double that amount. So if Puckett is on 25, I would get 50 citations. Okay, and that's how it would help. And so the good thing is that you're, again, on the top here. The only disadvantage I see about being up here is that any other electrician can come along and get more citations than any one of these 3 and eventually beat one of these 3 out, or even boot them out. Okay, and then the other thing, or the last thing I want to talk about, is backlinks. And so that's how these businesses get to this front page, or the top of the front page, is through backlinks. And it does require a lot of time. Sometimes it requires money, but it definitely requires monitoring of your website and monitoring of your competitor's website. So just based on the term electrician, Garland, Texas, I go to the first business, and this Puckett Electric, you notice they're up here, but they're also down here. So they're getting a lot of landing. I'm assuming just being on both of these, you know, being in the map section and being down here, that they're probably getting a lot of traffic to their website. And eventually, you know, the more traffic you get, the more potential clients you land. All right, so again, just keeping in mind that that's your competitor. So when I talk about backlinks, there is a tool that I use, and it's called Ahrefs, okay? And so this is it, or Ahrefs. And so with this tool, I can take a look at what's going on with your website, and I can take a look at what's going on with your competitors. So just based on this, I put your domain up here, and I can see that you know, this UR that. So these are metrics right here, and 0 to 100. Of course, the higher, the better. And so UR is the strength of your URL, that domain, that homepage. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say domain, but UR is the strength of your homepage. And so there's not enough data, and you can tell just by, you know, this is it. This is your homepage. There's just not enough data to give you, you know, a ranking there. So that's where it's going to stay as long as you leave your website the way it is. This domain rating here, now this is the strength of your entire website. This is what Google looks at as their trust factor, okay? And right now it's a 0. Again, a lot of this too, both your URL strength and your domain rating, has a lot to do with these backlinks and the referring domains, as well as these organic keywords. So what a backlink is another website that's linking back to yours. And it's giving you strength, because if another website is talking about yours, then that's kind of telling Google, hey, you know what, this website is actually who they say they are, and they actually do what they say they do. So right now I can take a look at who's referring back to you. You have Owler.com and Levelset.com. So these are the 2 websites referring back to you. And I can also take a look at the links they're providing. Again, you can get multiple backlinks from one website. So if I take a look at the backlinks, okay, so Owler, this is the backlink that you see how they're referring back to you. And then this levelset.com, again, they're referring back to you. And not all domains are created equal, okay? So if we go back here again, and it's the same thing here. if we look at it. So their domain rating, the higher it is, again, closer to 100, the better. I've seen some where their domain rating is a 0. And I would try to get the same ones as your competitors. And I'll show you your competitors here in a minute. Okay, so if we go back to the overview, so with just 2 domains, 4 backlinks, that's giving you an organic traffic of 2. Okay, and you have 17 keywords that you're ranking for, and we'll look at that here after we look at your competitors. So your competitor again was puckettelectric.com, and I put their website up there, and you can see here that they have a their homepage is at a 30, which is pretty, it's pretty average, which is good. Their domain rating is 19, which is also good. And it's a lot of it, again, has to do with all these right here, right? Their backlinks, the referring domains, organic keywords. So 78 referring domains, giving them over 2,000 backlinks. And so with that number and with their organic keywords, they're getting a traffic of 374 internet searchers to land on their page. And that's the benefit of being on page 1 on the top of this organic search. And also, they don't include when they, or that tool doesn't include when they land on here. We're talking about organic. So organic's anything down here. Okay, so again, comparing it to yours. Okay, so 2 referring domains, 4 backlinks. They have 78 referring domains, over 2,000 backlinks. Organic keywords, 17. And here we're getting over 1.6. This PPC is 0. That means they're not advertising via Google Ads. And I could see here what organic keywords are they using that maybe I can help my clients get, like let's say Garland electrician. So here's the keyword. Here's how much search volume that keyword generates per month. The keyword density, which is how difficult it is to rank that keyword. How much is it to, you would pay Google if you ran a Google ad, and every time someone clicks on that ad for that keyword, for this company, what position they are for that keyword, and then how much traffic they're getting. So you can see here, and I'm going to look for something that, here you go. So Garland electrician, there's a search volume of 80, and they're on page 1 for that. So there are, remember, there's 10 websites listed on the first page, and so they're the 5th one on the first page. That's giving them a traffic of 6. Okay. So you can see here that, you're missing out on some of these traffic just by not being on that first page. Okay. All right, so hopefully that made some sense to you as far as content, as far as citations and backlinks. We can definitely help you on, really revamping your website and getting you the content you need, all those words and key phrases you need, that online form as well as that click-to-call button. Really important, because that click-to-call you can even track. The other thing we can help you with, again, is saving all these so that it's relevant, and Google can use these pictures to help people find you. And then we can also help you with the citations and get you somewhere up here on this map section. And then finally, we can help you with your backlinks so that you can get more. You can finally get a URL rating and a domain rating. And that way you can end up getting more organic traffic like this company is getting. So you definitely want a portion of that 374 landing on your web page and eventually calling you to get an estimate. All right, if you have any questions, if you want to go over more details on how to do this, feel free to reach out to me. My name again is Norma. My phone number is 210-610-7711. And if I'm not able to answer, feel free to just leave your phone number and I'll get right back to you. Thanks for watching.